Okay, welcome guys. My name is Ahmed Lawal. As you already know me, I'm a master's student here in Finland. I'm studying educational science at the University of Turku in Finland. Here is a good news for you guys. I know you've been waiting for this good news for so long, and I'm also watching out on the website to see if the application is open. And now the application is opened. So let's begin and let me show you how to apply to this program. The first step you're going to do is to go to studyinfo.fi. That is the um, general application portal for any program in Finland. So you can see here basic information about the program. It's a vocational education. It's taking the language of instruction is English and Finnish. You have a proof that you understand English by showing your Duolingo results. Then you can take this program in English or you take it in Finnish. It's not compulsory. You understand Finnish before you can apply for this program. But the knowledge of Finnish is also a plus. Then the scope of the studies is that it's 180 ECVET. That's European competence for vocational education and training points. So that means that the program is going to last for 3 years. Per year, you have 60, and 3 years, you have 180 ECVET. Then it's a daytime teaching, meaning that you go in the morning and you come back in the afternoon. And then it's also a teaching. Contact teaching, meaning that you have to be in Finland before to take this course. It's totally free of charge, as you can see here, and it's now ongoing. The application is ongoing. So how do you start your application? If you are coming through study info, then you scroll down. You have two boxes here. So it's the one on the left is to fill in the application form, while the second on the right is to read the admission criteria. We're going to look at that in a couple of minutes. Now, before we go to that, let's look at the application time frame. So the program starts in February on February 5th. Sorry, the application begins on February 15th, 2024 and ends on February 29th, 2024. So it's just a week application process, or 2 weeks maximally. So you should be available to take this program and get set and start putting your application. So you have just 2 weeks to apply for this program. And the studies begin in on September 11th, 2024, and ends on May 31st, 2027. So you're going to get a residence permit and you can come with your dependents. If you have, for example, if you have someone or a child who is already 18 years of age, you can allow the child to apply for this program as well. And if the child gets the admission, then you can become dependents for, you can stand as a dependent, you understand, instead of you applying. I think it will be better if someone who is at the age range of the secondary school age range applies, though there is no age limit. But I feel it will be okay if you have a child who is 18 years of age or plus that can apply and then win the admission, and then you can stand as dependent for the child. And let's quickly go into the filling the application form. If you have to fill the application form, you use this green link. If you want to read the admission criteria, you use this white link. So let's read the criteria first, because it's very important that you understand these criteria. If not, you're going to take so many things with levity, and it's going to disqualify you on the long run. So the procedure is that you need to meet this threshold criterion. The first is that you have to be at least 18 years of age, and you need a ISCO certificate. You need certificate of international English proficiency test, which is Duolingo. It's only Duolingo you can use for this program. You can't use any other ones. You can't even use Ielts because based on the information given on the website, you can only use Duolingo. So I would advise you, if you want to take this program, you have to write or take the Duolingo test. Then you should be physically and mentally fit, just like I said. You should have enough proof of fund to cater for your living expenses, because the program won't cater your living expenses here in Finland. So you should have your fund, like a living expenses fund that you can prove at the immigration office. And definitely when you get to Finland, you can get yourself a job and you work. And if you're lucky, you can be working at a healthcare service, and you'll be paid for the service you are rendering for them. So don't worry about the fund you're going to use in Finland. What you should worry about now is the fund you need to prove at the immigration office, which is a 1 year proof of fund, about 6,720 euros. We're going to talk about that in another video. So for health requirements, you can check this. There is nothing really important to me here, but you can read it on your own, and you go through this information. So let's go to the entrance examination. Description of entrance examination for study programs. Now, the first step, as I said earlier on, is to take Duolingo English test. That's the first thing you should do. Every applicant must take this test if you want to be qualified for this program, and you should have a minimum of 18 points, as you can see here. So they have a minimum of 18 points, 85 points, 85 points. And this is the link to the Duolingo. If you want to take the Duolingo test, you click on this link. I'm going to put the link on the description, so you can always use the link on the description to apply. Then secondly, you record a maximum 2-minute video where you answer the following questions. As I mentioned earlier on, that it has to be the reasons why you are applying to this program. So what are your expectations for the training? What would you learn? What would you gain at the end of this training? So you should think critically, and then you mention it specifically what you would learn. You don't need to say, I want to learn how to become a nurse. That's too generic. So you should link it to something like, my motivation for applying for this program is as a result of my interest in nursing, and I'm already practicing nursing, or maybe I've already had some certification in nursing, or maybe I've taken courses or subjects while I was in my secondary school in sciences like biology, chemistry, physics, and these programs, this subject motivates me to apply for a nursing position in Finland. I'm just using this as an example, and that's not the perfect example. I'm just using that example. What I mean here is that you have to be very, very specific in your video. Then the second question is, why would you like to study in this training? Why would you like to study in this training? Why would you like? Finland is one of the countries with the best education, or let me say, in years back, Finland education system has been the best. You can mention this, that, as an international student, you're so interested in Finland having the best education, and getting a training in nursing would give me the chance to explore the field of nursing perfectly, make me to get used to the resources, to get used to the lab equipment used in nursing. And you mentioned those specific things relating to nursing and that you would like to gain from this study. So you have to be very specific Don't just be too generic. Say something unique to yourself, something that you know some other applicants might not even mention. So you have to be very, very unique in your what's it called, in your video in answering this question. Then the question 3 is what kind of challenges you might have in studying and living abroad, especially in Finland. Those challenges that you're likely to what's it called, to come across is language barrier, and you what have you been doing to mitigate these challenges? For me, I'm already learning Finnish, and I'm interested in learning a new language, and I'm not seeing it as a challenge anymore. I'm seeing it as a learning ground. So it's no more a challenge, it's just a learning, the chance to learn a new foreign language. Then you should not mention that the reason why you want to come to Finland is so that you can get a good job and you start making money. That's no, no, no. Don't mention that in your video. Then the other challenges you could come across is shock. Cultural shock, like maybe the kind of food you're going to be eating here. Finland foods are very good. They are mostly foods that you can eat. There are European foods that you can take. So, but you can still mention that you're going to miss your African delicacies. You're going to miss your foods, your home cooked food and the likes. And it's not a problem. It's a new learning ground to learn about other people's food, meeting new friends, and other things like that. So you integrate all these points specifically in your video. And lastly, the question is what kind of job and where do you dream of after the studies? If you like to be in Finland, you mentioned that, oh, just like I mentioned in my in the last question, that I'm interested in learning Finnish, and the reason why I'm learning this Finnish language is to be in Finland, to work in Finland. Or maybe if if you're interested in coming back home to your country to practice your nursing, or maybe you have a, what's it called, a reason, a genuine reason, like maybe your country is facing some health issues in the sectors, and you want to be a voluntary, or you want to organize an NGO for public health, and you want to learn from this training to go back to your country and practice this, what you've learned in this training in your country and the like. So you have to show that you are not just interested in this program, you are ready to put in your best, you are ready to make your knowledge useful to your community. It's very important as well. And then how do you you can always make this video with a very good camera. I advise you, just like this camera I'm using. You can use a phone camera. You can use if you have a mic like this, you can use your mic. If the phone mic is not clear, you can then edit, but don't edit it too much. Like, don't make the editing to be obvious, in the sense that they see that, oh, you are trying to, because this is just like an interview. So try to make the video in not more than 2 minutes, just like I'm making a video like this. Say something natural, specific to you, and put the rest in the hand of God. Then the video, you can upload it to Google Drive. I would recommend Google Drive. So when you're done making the video, you upload it to your Google Drive. Then you copy the link of the video. You attach the link in the application form. I'm going to show you where the application form is. Then finally, you need to attach certificates of previous education and employment, as well as your Duolingo certificate. So you are uploading certificate of education, your WAEC or your secondary school certificate, your employment certificate if you have any, and a Duolingo test certificate. So if you don't have an employment experience. That shouldn't be a problem. I would recommend that if you have any nursing certifications that you can attach to the application form, in fact, it will be a perfect one to show that you have an experience in nursing. So when you're done with that, then let's talk about the student selection. What are those selection criteria available? And this selection criteria is divided into two stages. The first one is that you're going to take an online aptitude test. So the test link with the instruction will be sent to your email, and a valid application when uh, the application period is over, with a valid application when. So it's going to send it, they would send the link to your email. That's just the short information there. And then the aptitude test consists of three sections. You have your personality test, like the kind of person you are. You're going to, it's not a pass or fail test. Personality test is just to show the kind of person you are. And I recommend that your personality test should show that you are caring, should be somebody that show concern about other people, because at least that is somehow related to nursing, healthcare, and all. Then you're going to have a verbal test. So verbal test like spoken English test and the likes. Then you have numbering, numeric tests, that's addition, and simple mathematics tests. So those are the three aptitude tests you're going to take, and it's going to last for an hour to complete this test. And they recommend that you use a computer to take the test. This video is getting too long, but I don't want it to make it too long like this. But I just want to put every information you need to apply to this program in just a single video, so that you can always watch and get the information once and for all. So make sure you answer all your own work. Rivera may measure the abilities assessed by the test in the interview and all. So online interview would also come up, which they would arrange. You're going to be sent an invitation via email if you are. So if you get to this stage, it means that you have passed the first two stages, and this stage is just the final stage to get selected. They want to know who you are. You have to be ready. You have to show yourself. You have to blow your trumpet, tell them who you are, your experience, and all. So that's that about the criteria. So let's quickly now move into how to apply to this program. I showed you two links. The first link is for the academic, the criteria, while the second link is to fill in the application form. So this application form will take us to Rivera website directly. As you can see here, for international applicants, read more. Maybe I should leave this. I should come back to this later. So you have the information just like we've mentioned on the other page. So this is rivera.fi. I'm going to put the link to this website in the description below. So you just all the information we've mentioned in the previous part of this video are what we have here. So we go there, we go down to this link to apply. So you click on this link to apply. But before that, let's just look at this thing here. For international applicants, read more. So as an international applicant, you need to understand the procedure to this program. The first is that you check your eligibility, check if you're eligible for the program. Then you find out the start date of this program, because you have to be present physically. You should also find out the issues about applying for Finland, what's it called, residence permits. I'm going to make a video on that. If you're interested, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel, and then you find the information about this later. Then the next is that you fill in the application form, which I would also share the link in the description. Then you have your, what's it called? You had your documents, your Duolingo test and everything, and you expect an email for aptitude test, interview, and all. And then you have to be present physically, and then you have everything, and you prepare to come to Finland. You apply for your accommodation and all. So, things to find out before applying for studies in Finland. What are those things you should find out before applying to studies in Finland? Just are those things that we've mentioned. Then the entry requirements for this program, we've mentioned that the housing, these are the links to getting accommodation in this at this particular location. So at Rivera. So this is the link to apply. You click on this particular link and it will take you to where you're going to enter your email address. You put in your email address here, you attach it. When you put the email and you click on Laeta Varimistus Viesta, this particular link. When you click on it, it's going to you're going to get, what's it called? You get a notification in your email, and the notification will contain a link that you can then use to fill in the application form. Thank you so much for being part of this video, and see you in Finland in September. Bye bye.